Hi, this is Chris Igoe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. What was your name, Chris?
Oh, yeah, it's Chris Igoe. I'm with Remax. I'm giving you a call. My records indicate that your property is for sale by owner. Is that true?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, great. How much are you asking for the property?
1.25.
1.25. Super. How many bedrooms, how many baths?
It's a 5, 4.5. We're actually having an open house this Sunday between 11 and 4.
Sunday, 11 to 4. Okay, that's great. I love it. How many, just out of curiosity, and I'm looking at Zillow and Trulia, and I'm getting different sets of information, which is why I'm asking the questions.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, it's weird because for whatever reason, they're owned by the same company. They don't necessarily get the information right. So I apologize if I'm asking questions.
Yeah, it's at the flood place. Well, our property does not have stalls on it. That's probably one of the main differences between that and some of the really high ones.
Yeah.
The ones that are like 2 million and stuff are like 10 stall things with multiple units buildings.
Right.
Well, ours is a house and a separate garage.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I love it. Have you done any upgrades or improvements to the property that I should know about?
Nothing substantial. So probably replaced the flat roof or the gate out front, the one that we moved in.
Right.
You know, just flooring. Nothing overwhelming.
Okay. When you sell this, where are you going next?
I'm not entirely sure if it's sort of secondary. We're hoping to get like Waxahachie probably, but more rural. Actually, my husband wants to get more into we're Wellington and they live in a lot, so he can do. So he wants to grow plants and sell them, chickens and eggs, and sell that kind of more country. So probably Waxahachie.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not even considering looking out there until I have this one. Because once I have this one sold, and I'm not that picky as far as where it goes. So.
Sure. Well, I love where your head's at. Let me ask you this. Are you trying to sell the house by not having it on the market with a real estate professional? Is it because you hate realtors?
No. Actually, I have a few that I like a lot. Just the commission on a realtor is just so high that I haven't reached by my own.
Sure. No,
Honestly, we're not. But, if you have a buyer that you want to bring by on Sunday, we're not anti-realtor. You just have to build your commission into the price.
Okay.
So, I think it's 3% on a over $1 million house, and that's a lot,
No, it absolutely is. Hey, look, I respect where you're coming from. Look, at the end of the day, if you can save money on commission, who wouldn't want to do that? But let me ask you this. If you knew absolutely for certain that by doing business with me that 2 things would happen. 1 is that the property would sell, and 2 is that you would end up with significantly more money, bottom line, net, than you could any other way, with or without an agent. Now, I know that's a big promise, but would you at least want to hear more about it? Be honest.
You're funny. Maybe, what was the name? Somebody with Mike, right?
My name is Chris.
Chris, I think it was Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, part of the issue too is if we don't want to put in a place where the realtor is solely responsible for selling it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of 6-month listings that we kind of sit on our butt and wait around. So, I actually have realtors that wanted to work with before that we've worked with in the past.
Mm-hmm.
We just are kind of going this route. So, I can save a number and touch base with you later. But if
here's what I'd like to throw out to you. If I'm going to make I'll make a proposal and tell me if this is okay.
We got a buyer, send them, and just.
Well, I do. I've got.
You got a buyer, send them. The buyer's commission.
I'll be. Well, I'm glad that so you are paying a buyer's commission. What are you willing to pay?
Say again.
What are you willing to pay a buyer's agent?
Well, buyer's commission is 3%. So.
Okay. Hey,
the buyer that wants to offer, and
I love it. No, 3.
We do have some. We are taking some negotiations. If I'm asking.
Sure. No, look, I love it. 3%. 3% is totally fair.
We don't want to because it's like, hey, you got a buyer. They're going to pay 1 point. They're 1.0, and I get 3%, and it's like, well, dude, come on, dude. If you have a buyer and want to get paid, just tell me what you want and what they want to pay, and we'll try to make it happen.
Okay, look, you're trying to make a deal come together, and so am I. So let me ask you this. Here's what I'd like to do if it meets with your approval. And just so you know, I'm with Remax Direct. We've got 6 offices throughout Palm Beach County. We sold 15,000 homes since 2008. We're averaging one a day. I'd like to get clear in terms of pricing on your property. And I think you're probably priced accurately. I'd like to do it for my own edification, so we're both speaking the same language. And I'll email that to you. What's your best email address?
It's going to be, you're honestly better off texting me at this number.
Okay.
But you're going to email me, because I get so much email that I can't even, I have to really look for it. So texting me and phone numbers is better. So if you can text it or call me, that's better. If you want to look into it and see what you come up with as far as the price,
sure.
Great. And I have actually a few of the realtor friends that often have buyers in the back pocket waiting, and if you got one and they want to make an offer and you get paid, I'm going to be happy, then we'll think $2 million. Yeah. Yeah,
well, I'll be very transparent. Look, I don't right now. I do not have a buyer in my back pocket. I don't. I'd be lying to you if I did. But I will. But what I will tell you is we do represent hundreds of buyers. What I'd ideally like to do, I'm going to run an analysis on the property in terms of pricing, just so I'm on the same page and we can. Yeah, cool. So I know that you don't check.
Yeah, we'll check it out and get back with you. Let me know what you think.
Well, here's what I'd like to do if it's okay. And I say this because one of the things that I do to sometimes find a buyer, and again, it's not 100% accurate, it works about 15% of the time, is I would come to see your property. While I'm there, first of all, I want to lay eyes on it and see it myself so I know what we're talking about. But then in addition to that, I shoot a guerrilla video on my cell phone. I blast that to my database. I blast that to my social media. And oftentimes, about 15% of the time, I can find a buyer. So it's a win-win for both of us. Do you have 15 minutes of time? Let's see here. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow afternoon or evening?
Actually, no. The best thing you do if you just want to see it for your own self is come by on Sunday.
Okay. So here, the only reason that...
Check it out. Cool, but
no, I definitely do, but I'm not.
You probably know this, dude. If you're not the first realtor to come with me, I'm getting actually more the realtor calls than I really expected, even though I'm still my owner. But
sure.
If you want to come by something cool, if you think of some buyer and you want to try to buy it, to get your commission and stuff that you're flexible on that.
Well, here's the thing. I would love.
I gotta go. I'm in the middle of making lunch for my kids.
Sure. In closing, I've got my own open house that I'm hosting on Sunday, which is why it's a problem for me to get there. Is it possible to get in there Saturday? Again, I won't waste your time. I only need 15 minutes. You tell me what works for you.
I honestly, between waiting for this, hoping it happen, and doing other stuff, I'm so busy, I could not possibly meet you for Sunday.
Is it possible to do it Sunday evening? So mine is from 2 to 4 in West Palm. Is it possible to get in there before or after your actual open house?
Maybe after, if you want to call me on Sunday.
Okay, so...
Later or not.
Okay, so...
So as far as listing goes, do you do like 6 months, what's your, because that was part of the problem too, is I don't want to be locked into a realtor who doesn't sell it while I could be trying as well, you know? So if you're flexible in that, I could try to sell it and you could try to sell it and just have like a kind of a loose agreement, then that's cool, you know? I don't really want to be like forced into one scenario.
So here's how I accommodate that, because if you find a buyer through your own marketing for sale by owner, that's your buyer. Okay. If it was to be through my marketing, that would be a different story. We can negotiate commission, but I don't lock you into a commission into a term at all. I offer a 1-day listing agreement.
Okay.
So what that means is after being on the market with me for 24 hours, as long as we haven't accepted a purchase contract, you're able to cancel the listing agreement for any reason without any cost, obligation, or hassle. So I make it very easy for you to cancel. If I'm not living up to my end of the bargain, you can quit. You can cancel for any reason. It's never happened.
You do a 1-day agreement?
A 1-day listing agreement, right. So if after being on the market for 24 hours, I don't do what I say I'm going to do, you can fire me. It's that simple.
Okay, what if it's 2 weeks? Can I do it then?
You can do it whenever you like, but I can tell you I've never had it happen. So why don't we do this?
You want 1 day to happen because you're going to mark it off under median. I've got you. Okay.
Yeah. So What if we were to do this on Sun? So I'm just, again, I don't want to put my back against the wall. I know I'm in West Palm. I've got to be there at 11. It ends at 4. So I could probably be there somewhere between 5:30 and 6 on Sunday, if that's okay with you.
Why don't you go ahead and call me on Sunday at some point and see where I'm at? Because
Okay.
my life is nuts. And, you know, it's not just saying, I was talking to my husband. So basically what you say is, so even if that, I mean, I don't know if it's one day, but even if that's what one day, what if my own buyer comes up and I want to buy it, I guess it was not, I didn't.
It's your buyer.
So basically, yeah, just in that range. Yeah, okay. So if I find my own buyer, it's my buyer, regardless of the time.
Your buyer is your buyer, and I'm happy to accommodate and honor that 100%.
And I could break off the listing with you whenever I want, if it's a one day.
I make it that simple.
Okay, and you do luxury houses or higher end houses often?
All day long. I'll in fact,
You're saying if often you'll get a buyer within one day.
well, if it's priced right and marketed aggressively, yeah. In fact, we've had situations where we've had 20 offers in one day. You know, it's about.
Your average,
I get 98% a list, if that's what you're asking.
well, I mean, like time frame, like the 2 months or the 1 month. What's your average like turnaround? Like,
So
if I don't start with the next time, you figure.
At this price point, you're in a buyer's market, and you know that, right? So it takes a little bit longer and the county average, excuse me, the average down here at 1.25, you're talking somewhere in the neighborhood of about 6 months to sell a property. Mine is about half that.
Okay. So you say within 3 months you sell it.
Yeah, if we're priced the right, if we're priced.
Let me, you may want to do it on your own preliminary.com. The big thing that ours is coming out is we don't have a barn.
Right.
So keep that in mind when you look at stuff.
Okay, so why don't I do this? And I know you don't check email. What I can do, I do have, tell me if this is right. I've got.
I have to go with my husband, and he's in the same place as me. I'll give you my email, but it's
Sure.
not able to email me.
Okay. Okay.
And just curious, how did you come up with passport thing anyway? Where did you see that?
I pay a data provider to source the information for me, and I have no idea where they got
Gotcha,
that
yeah,
from.
with the thumb. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just-
yeah, we're going to I really got to go, but I'll.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you this. When I do sell the property and get you more money than you ever thought possible, will you do an amazing testimonial and tell everybody what a great job I did?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that sounded good. I was happy to share that.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Okay, so just here's what I'm going to do. When we get off the phone, I'm going to text you my contact information so that you have it. I'll run an analysis on the property. I'll actually text you when I send it so you can be on the lookout for it. That will probably happen.
Yeah, let me know when you come on this, because obviously if you come back and you're like, man, I don't anything like that, then it's a whole other story. So
Sure.
But yeah, I'll look to hear back from you then.
Okay, perfect. And I'm going to put you down tentatively. Again, I'll confirm it on Sunday, but I'm going to put you down tentatively for between 5:30 and 6, so I know that I've got the time. I'll confirm it on Sunday, so we're both on the same page. And if you sell it before then, hey, congratulations.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a great day. Bye.